if we took the time and we based our life upon longevity, and we based our life upon strength, and we based our life upon credibility, we'll do a lot of things different. And like a lot of those things I just said, those things are earned. Those things don't just come about. You can't buy those things. You can't buy those things. You can't befriend those things and think those things are you. You have to actually do certain actions a lot over and over again through certain times, not even in good times a lot, but over and over in different types of times to earn credibility for certain things, to see how disciplined you is, to see how responsible you are, to see how honest you could be, how obligated you could be. And most of us like we never consider that. We never consider like what real credibility is, what the real standards of life is. We never sat down and think and consider like the real standards of life, to be real parents, to be real friends, and like that's take consideration to consider that, because most of us, even me for most of my life, I had this attitude. I don't owe anybody any explanation. I'm not obligated to anybody. I could do what I want. And for a long time, I lived by that motto. I lived by that. And till I became wiser and became closer to God and wanted to embrace humanity more, I started realizing I'm not allowed to do that. I have an obligation. Just like people who believe in God feel like God obligated to us. We obligated to God. Just like people who go to their jobs, they feel like they go to work hard. The people obligated to pay them. It's a lot of obligations that mantras that people live by. But the whole thing is, you have to be obligated to yourself, and you have to be obligated to, like, the Bible says, treat people how you want to be treated. So that's an obligation. That's an obligation within itself. I can't explain it any better than that. Treat everybody the same way you want to be treated. Even when people make mistakes, even when you feel offended. Sometimes you can't go overboard for the slightest offenses. Offenses that you know sometimes weren't so harmful or weren't so meaningful, if you can. Because we all offend. We all commit offenses. All of us. And it's like we have to consider all of these things. We have to be considerate of what's asked upon us as adults, as upon responsible human beings. Responsible human beings. And as responsible human beings, we are to be pillars of the society. We're supposed to be pillars of society. We're not supposed to walk around setting bad examples to other people's kids, bad examples to just even passerbys, even to like your fellow employees, even to like your neighbors. It's not our job to set bad examples. We go out of our way to like not care, but it's like we set more bad examples than we set good, and we never consider what's becoming of our society, what's becoming of our community, what's becoming of our family, even our family, our closest friends, because we make a lot of decisions based upon who cares, based upon like defense. Because I keep saying this a lot, everybody's so defensive, and that's not being considerate. If everybody's so defensive, that's not love, that's not embrace, that's not being considerate, that's not being considerate of like our future, that's not being considerate of our safety. Because who wants drama? Because drama can escalate. Consider that. I do the best I can to disengage from all kind of drama. I do the best I can to consider my future. I do the best I can to consider my safety, and I do the best I can to consider my surroundings, my association, my family, everything. I do the best I can to consider that. And I feel like some of those small things are meaningful in a big way and carry me. It carry me when I fail and when I stumble. Since I go out of my way to be a good guy, I consider that if I be a good guy, good enough as much as I can, when I do make mistakes, it's understandable. I believe in that. I believe in karma. I believe in God. I believe in doing the best you can and you get the best results. That's what I believe. Got it rock with.